Hello and welcome. My name's Suzanne Campbell. I'm the Chief Executive Officer for the Australian Information Industry Association. Today we're continuing our series of videos, meeting with members and their leaders to talk about things which matter to you and to them. Today I'm joined by Maddux. He's the CEO of Megaport. Tell me about Megaport.
It's effectively a services exchange platform that is the first real-life network as a service model that allows for users to programmatically manage a network service to dial up and dial down bandwidth services across different delivery mechanisms on the fly. They can either do that through a web app that we have. They have a mobile phone app that they can access their services through and actually do service provisioning and management. And there's also an API for companies and customers that actually want to write workload software into Megaport and actually make API calls into our service platform and command and control their services that they buy from us as they would any other software service that they engage. The concept was really to align the commercials of networking services more along the lines of cloud services, which is becoming the predominant models for compute and storage in the world today.
Fantastic. Denver, your customers are corporate or government or both?
Primarily corporate today. We're just starting to get into some government customers. Some of it's been getting certified and getting through the programs that we need to be able to sell to government entities, specifically in Queensland and other Australian territories. But the enterprise adoption we've seen in just about every segment, from large enterprises all the way down to very small businesses in Australia. The model has capability of servicing a great number of different usage scenarios because customers can effectively take what they want as much as they want and only pay for services while they're using them and shut them down if they don't want them or grow them bigger if they need to. The financial benefit as well as the technical agility that it brings them from a service delivery platform is really, really important.
And I understand that this year has been a year of expansion for you offshore. Tell me about how you've gone about expanding, what markets you're operating in.
We looked at where there are great interconnection points around the world today for internet connectivity. And the reason that's important is that cloud services providers, content providers, and other large network providers have all built into a lot of the same markets and into a small series of addresses, effectively, that are data centers around the world. Our platform in Australia today is 25 locations just in Australia. And these are what we consider fairly high value data centers in Australia. If you look at the rest of the world in that same scope, you'll find that Hong Kong has a great number of addresses that are also valuable. Singapore has a number of addresses that are valuable. And they all have some of the same problems to solve in that you can't be in every address to connect to every network in the market at all times. You have to build your infrastructure where it makes sense for you, either from a reachability perspective or a cost perspective. But there's probably always something that you can get at one of those other locations. And Megaport solves that problem. So if we parachute in the Megaport solution into Hong Kong, which we've done, into a few locations in that market, then we tie together some of the very large connectivity-rich, valuable data centers in that market and allow people that are sitting in any of those data centers to communicate with any of the other companies or networks that are sitting in one of the other data centers that are on Megaport today.
Now, on a separate subject, you're a member of the AIIA. Why is Megaport a member of the Australian Information Industry Association?
The top couple reasons for me simply come from the fact that running a business often puts the operators of a business in tunnel vision. We so often get stuck in our own space of having to operate and keep the business running, and it can be very difficult to keep an eye on all of the other things that might be happening in the field around your business, around the technology segment that you're in. And this is very, very true in the world of telecommunications on a global basis. Having focus groups that are spending time understanding a broad base of concerns to help shape and control communications and conversations and look for outcomes either at the government level, federal level, it could even just be in local businesses and tying the right businesses together through those associations and saying, these guys might solve problems for you, or these guys would find value out of the services that you offer. Having someone else keep an eye on that and help tie that together and keep an eye on the way the world is working for your business and other businesses around you, I think is a great value.
Thank you so much for the opportunity to learn about your business and for your insights into global expansion. very important for so many of our members who are currently contemplating how to do that, to have a role model, to have someone who's leading the way. Fantastic. Thank you very much.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.